previously on Masterchef Australia.
Oh, my God.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Peter Gilmore.
The Terminator of the pressure test returned.
You're not getting the recipe, so you got to remember it.
They needed total recall
I reckon it's 30 grams.
30.
I don't think it's 50.
to reproduce his latest masterpiece.
Far out, mate. I am chaos in the brain.
You all right, Theo?
No. I'm like losing my mind on this thing.
Just take a breath, Theo.
The results were worthy of the top 4.
The squid, the pippies, the scallops all cooked perfectly.
Overall, flavour's pretty damn good.
And Declan and Rhiannon won their spots into the semi-final. But it was Theo who had to say goodbye.
I've got so much passion and so much drive in me, and what I'm going to do after this is going to be something epic.
Tonight, a MasterChef favourite brings our top 3 a challenge that's not for the faint-hearted.
It is hectic.
Oh, my God. This is chaos. Oh, how exciting!
I know.
Top 3, guys.
That's it. Congratulations.
This is so cool. This is like ridiculous.
No one else.
Congratulations, yeah.
Kind of empty feeling, isn't
It
it?
is. I'm coming in so excited today. It's just like, yeah, bring it.
Hey,
This is such a surreal feeling.
Number 3.
I am top 3 of MasterChef 2023. I can't believe it.
This looks fun. Little master class. Yeah.
There's a bit of a different setup going on, and I'm starting to wonder, what are we going to be in for today? I'm a bit nervous.
Look at you 3. You are our 3 semi-finalists for MasterChef Australia 2023. I literally can't bloody believe it. I'm not kidding. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm standing between these awesome boys and I'm like, holy crap, like, this is amazing. Have you rung Dino? What does he think? He's like, when are you coming home? Like, I'm starving. Brent, surely this was a goal of yours.
Yeah, it was a goal. Like, obviously, you know, I had a few along the way, but the big one, obviously, is to get the semi-finals and grand finale.
Oh, it's been a long journey to get to this point, and now I'm here. It's a good feeling.
This is the gateway to the semi-finals, and we had to make it worth your while. So today, the winning dish will see its maker with a whopping 30-minute time advantage in the semi-finals.
Crucial.
This whole season, you're either right on the buzzer or you've just like, oh, I just needed another 10 minutes. So an extra 30 minutes, massive advantage. Seriously, everyone will be gunning for that today.
And to get your hands on it, you will need to pick up the pace. Because today, you will need to keep up with a world-renowned chef as he cooks one of his signature dishes. Please welcome Curtis Stone! Oh my God, it's Curtis Stone! We get to see him again. How cool is that?
Here he is.
Although, I'm instantly like, this is not going to be easy.
Welcome back, Curtis.
Thanks so much.
The gang's a tad smaller since you were last here.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just the 3 faces I was expecting to see, too.
Curtis is here to cook for us today. And you guessed it, you guys are going to have to keep up with him.
So today we're going to make Scotch fillet à poivre, beurre rouge, pomme puree, and roasted bone marrow.
Wow. What did he just say?
Uh-oh.
Don't even ask me to pronounce it.
I'm serious.
It's fancy.
Today we're doing Scotch fillet au poivre, beurre rouge, puree potatoes and roasted bone marrow. I don't know if that's pronounced right.
Today I'm going to show you something brand new, because today we're cooking with carbon-neutral beef. It's sustainable beef. It's a first in Australia. As a man who loves his beef, this is a very exciting day. So what we've done is Coles have partnered with a select group of family-owned farms that are committed to reducing their carbon footprint and to produce beef that's carbon neutral. Wow.
All right, gang, you're going to have however long it takes Curtis to cook his dish to cook yours as well. You're going to have to move fast, though, because after Curtis finishes, you'll only have an extra 10 seconds before your time is up as well. If you want that all-important 30-minute time advantage in the semi-final, bring us the dish that looks and tastes the most like Curtis's. We're going to head to the gantry. Curtis, the floor is yours. You guys, get behind your benches. Let's go.
Good luck, mate. Good luck, you three.
Thank you.
Go hard.
I'm super excited that I finally get to compete in a Keeping Up with the Chef challenge, and knowing that I could have an extra half an hour in my semi-final cook, it's made me even hungrier to win it. But on top of keeping up with a professional chef, I also don't know what the final product is meant to look like. So it's going to be a tough one today.
All right, guys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It's one thing to keep up with someone, but it's another thing to keep up with someone and do it correctly. Now, you're playing for a big prize. So concentrate, relax. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our steak. So go to your fridge and get your ribeye. All right.
Beast.
Yeah.
It's a beast.
Look at that.
You should have a boning knife. Make sure it's nice and sharp. So the ribeye, or the Scotch fillet, which is what we have right here, has a line of bones that run down the back and maybe some chine bones along the front. You're going to remove all of those. So just with a boning knife, make sure that your blade is firm up against the bone. If you don't keep your knife flat against that bone, what'll happen is you're going to cut into that really valuable piece of steak, right? So if you were to leave the bone in, of course, and cut through the section, you would have a bone-in ribeye. But we're going to make a beautiful boneless Scotch fillet.
I am blown away by the speed he's going at straight away. I sort of must have started in about second gear, and Curtis is in fifth. So, like, I need to just start going. Time to turn it up to 11.
You'll have a little bit of fat cover. That's good. You don't want to get rid of the fat cover, but you do want to remove some of the sinew. So just gently and slowly run along the length of your Scotch fillet and then remove any of those sinewy parts, because that gristle can be a little chewy, and of course that's not what we're looking for. But you do want a little bit of that fat, because that's delicious.
It's a real shame. He's just whipped too much off.
Looks thin, dude.
You're just going to continue doing that down both sides of your Scotch. We're going to come and have a look at what you've done. Nice.
Thanks, Steph.
Nice work, Rhiannon.
Is it okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Well, that's very lean. So you've taken off a little too much of that fat cap, right?
Okay.
So if you see that and you see mine, see how I've still got that nice little piece of fat?
Yeah.
Which is going to make it a little drier.
Yeah. I've accidentally taken off too much of this fat cap.
But I don't know how to tell you to put it back on.
No, yeah, of course. All right, beautiful.
And I've probably screwed up the main element of today's dish. Whoops. So this is not a good start.
All right. You now have a Scotch fillet. And what you're ready to do is cut yourself steaks. So you're going to go straight across and cut them into steaks. Put a couple of fingers over it like that. Line it up. And cut straight on through your ribeye. course, the butchering of your protein is very, very important. You want to make sure that you treat it really beautifully and you don't waste anything. Have you guys done much butchering before?
No.
No.
Yep. I'm pretty familiar with butchering meat. My dad was in the beef industry for about 40 years, so if I haven't picked up a thing or two, then I'm probably a bad son.
All right, once you have your steak, get yourself a little rack, because we're going to temper that steak, which is bringing it up to that room temperature before we cook it. The rest you can put back in the fridge. Okay, so what we're going to do next is make our potato puree. So the first thing we need to do is get a large pot, fill it with cold water, and peel potatoes.
Curtis is moving really fast, and I did expect him to be quick.
Make sure these are beautifully fine. I don't want to see any skin whatsoever.
But not this quick.
You know where the peeler is?
In that bowl.
I'm struggling to keep up.
Is it in this one?
Yeah.
Mine's not.
The key to this is not to overcook your potatoes. So you want to actually make sure that you've got nice uniform sizes before they go into that water.
Oh, yes, it is. Far out. Bloody hand.
Far out, I'm already behind. So it's like, hurry up and peel these damn potatoes.
Okay, so get those into the cold water. Make sure you season your water generously, the way you would cook pasta. So you sort of want it to taste like the ocean.
Potatoes are on the boil, and I'm trying to just take information in, but also keep one ear like moving like this just in case he says something. One eye looking up. It's crazy.
All right, next what we're going to do, guys, is make the garnish for our bone marrow. So I want you to make a fluid gel. So you need 250 mils of buttermilk and 150 mils of cream.
Let's go, Rhiannon.
Yep.
Come on.
So I'm only halfway through my potatoes. Curtis has already peeled, chopped his, got them on boiling water and moved on to the buttermilk. And I'm going, wait, what?
And then you want 4 grams of agar, a vegetable gelatin made from seaweed. So, of course, the agar is important. You don't want to over-measure or under-measure it.
4 grams of agar.
4 grams.
4 grams. Come on, Rhiannon.
So I put the potatoes in, and they're quite big. And I'm thinking, wait, well, Curtis is smaller. I don't know at this point. I'm already frazzled.
Agar goes in, and you blend it for about 30 seconds. If you hear mine, I should hear yours.
Keep watching him, Rhiannon. Keep watching him.
Get your buttermilk and cream in. And we're going to hydrate that agar by bringing it to the boil, and then we're going to simmer it for about 60 seconds.
How much was the agar?
4 grams of agar.
Come on, Rhiannon. Catch up. Let's go.
So I've like got a pot and I'm putting milk in.
Go ahead and pour your buttermilk and cream into a flat container and stick it in your blast chiller.
Where? Oh, shit.
I can hear Curtis saying buttermilk, and I realise, oh, I'm putting milk in.
Keep up, Rhiannon.
Oh my God, this is chaos.
Come on, Rhiannon. Catch up. Let's go.
Okay, is everyone keeping up with me?
Oh my God, I'm putting milk in.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's meant to be buttermilk.
Come on, Rhiannon. Catch up. Let's go.
Just have to start again.
Keep up, Rhiannon. All right, next, we're going to make some sweet and sour shallots.
Don't let the screws come off. Keep going.
So you want about 35 grams of both brown and white sugar, and then about 180 millilitres of sherry vinegar and white wine vinegar. Then we're going to brunoise our shallots. Now, when I say brunoise, I want a really fine, fine dice.
I know the pace that Curtis chops shallots. This is going to be tough.
Come on, push, push, push. You got to catch up. Remember, you need to finish 10 seconds after Curtis does. So you've got to match his pace. Come on.
How's everyone doing?
Great, thank you. Having a great time up here.
Cut them perfect. All right, once you've got that 180 grams of shallot cut, get it into a saucepan because that's going to be the basis of our sweet and sour shallots.
In the vinegar.
Okay, keep all of the trimmings of your shallots because we're going to make a reduction, which is the beginning of our beurre rouge red wine sauce.
So, another element to add.
I'm going to take all of that trimmed shallot, get it into 200 millilitres of red wine and 50 millilitres of red wine vinegar.
Into the shallots.
That's into the trimmed shallots.
So 50 ml red wine vinegar, 200 ml wine.
The offcuts of our shallots are going in with this beurre rouge sauce. I've never really made one before, so I'm just going to keep up with Curtis.
We're going to put some parsley stalks into that 50 mils of red wine vinegar and 200 mils of red wine. 1 dry bay leaf. A nice sprig of fresh thyme.
It's starting to get mayhem now.
So at this point, your potatoes should be coming up to the boil. You should have your shallots starting to confit or slowly cook.
Right now, I've got 4 elements on the go. None are completed.
You should have your red wine reduction working, which is going to make our beurre rouge sauce.
And there's still more getting thrown in. It's like, you know, I'm juggling these balls and someone else is just throwing more at me.
There you go.
Put the pot in the scales.
There you go. Now you're on.
The judge is up there throwing down their 2 cents. It is hectic.
You've portioned your ribeye steak. You've got your bone marrow standing by with that ribeye steak.
Get the bone marrow out too, Ree.
And then we can go back and have a look and see whether our gel is starting to set.
Come on, Rhiannon. Come on, Deckers.
So once it's set, can you see how mine's set? That's what it should look like. Then what we're going to do is dice it. Take your diced gel, add it to your food processor. And what we're going to do is turn it into a liquid.
Come on, Ree.
Get the xanthan gum and weigh 1.3 grams. Okay, is everyone keeping up with me?
Yeah, we add that xanthan gum to the blender.
Take your blender, don't add it yet.
Okay.
Unless you want me to keep up with you, Declan.
No, sorry. I'm on a little bit of a high. I'm feeling good that I'm keeping up with Curtis.
And then once you've started to blend this, then you slowly add your xanthan to it.
And the fact that today could potentially give me that advantage to earn my spot in the grand final, I am hungry for that.
Finally! I'm looking from side to side at the boys and I'm going, all right, I'm not that far behind.
Go, go, go. Don't stop, Rhiannon. You do not have time to stop.
I'm just like, whatever you do, keep the hell up with Curtis.
So it should be perfectly smooth. It should be silky, silky, silky.
Come on, Declan.
Scrape it down. Come on, Rhiannon.
If you're worried about your consistency, if it's too thick, you can put just a couple of drops of buttermilk in to thin it back out.
Full speed.
All right. I'm working on this buttermilk gel. My potatoes are on. I've got my beurre rouge sauce on, and I've got my vinegars reducing down for my shallot jam.
Declan?
Yeah.
Why are your shallots on the bench?
Oh, far out. Jesus. I've just realised I'm making my sweet and sour shallot jam without the shallots in there. The wheels have fallen off the bus.
I'd be putting more vinegar and sugar in there.
The outcome of this is if this liquid is reduced too much and my shallots are only going in now, they're not going to cook through in time. and get to that jammy consistency.
Come on, Declan.
I'm so lucky I found out when I did.
Come on, Brent.
I've never made a buttermilk puree before.
Just look at the consistency.
So I'm literally just copying exactly what Curtis does.
Because that's what you need to mimic, yeah?
I don't have a recipe. I don't even know what it's supposed to look like or taste like.
So Curtis just added a little bit of buttermilk into his to get the consistency right, OK?
I think I've run up to Curtis's bench about 5 times at least.
I think mine's smoother than Curtis's.
Oh. What's your consistency? Is yours the same as his?
No.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to think on your feet here because I don't reckon you're agar activated.
Oh, this buttermilk gel isn't looking right.
Okay.
And I race over to have a look at Curtis's, and they're looking completely different.
Did you bring it to a boil?
Yeah, I did.
And then you simmered it for
60
seconds?
My buttermilk gel, it's way too runny. I feel like I've done something wrong.
Curtis, do you have a solution for me?
I would start again.
What's your consistency? Is yours the same as his?
No.
This buttermilk gel isn't looking right. It's way too runny.
I would start again.
Yeah.
Not only do I need to do this again, but I need to multitask and still keep up with Curtis.
Declan, if you move your ass, you might make it on time, right? But it's real close. You haven't got a second to waste from here on out.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a bit of trouble here. Looking at the other two,
It's nearly there.
it's going to be a tough one to beat.
Close.
They're going forward, I'm going backwards. This is crazy, but I'm trying not to let it get to me.
Right, once that's silky smooth, pour it into your squeezy bottle.
Come on, Brent. Come on, Rhiannon. Declan, let's go. Come on. Push, push, push.
My fluid gel's in the fridge. Yours should be too. You should have the reduction done for your beurre rouge sauce. Your sweet and sour Brimoise shallot should be almost complete. You're looking for quite a jammy consistency. Your potatoes should be almost done, and as soon as they are, we're going to steam them dry. Your beef is portioned. Your bone marrow is ready to go. As soon as your potato falls off a knife like that, it's ready.
Just check on your potatoes.
These potatoes are still not cooked. I'm thinking they're cut too big. I just have to leave them in for longer.
Oh, man.
So now I'm falling behind again.
Okay, we take some butter, and I throw the butter straight into the moulie, and then we force the potatoes through the moulie.
Come on, Rhiannon. You don't need that much. Quick, chop, chop, let's go.
Give it a shake, get rid of that large pot. Then go ahead and get your drum sieve. And what we're going to do now is work the potatoes through the drum sieve.
Come on, Declan.
I've got so many elements going on right now because I'm making up for that lost time with the buttermilk gel and stuffing up my shallots. But I have managed to get that second batch of buttermilk gel into the blast chiller.
Okay, those buttery potatoes should be going through your drum sieve.
But I'm still one step behind him, and I'm gonna have to catch up.
Okay, guys, we are at the business end of this. Stop messing around.
Yes, Chef.
If you're behind, catch up.
Hurry up, guys.
Get your cast iron skillet. Stick it straight onto your stove. Make sure it's nice and clean before it goes on. We're going to preheat it before we cook our steak.
Far out.
That's it, Rhiannon. Don't waste any more time. Let's go.
Taste everything. Taste your shallots right now.
Curtis is not slowing down.
Season your potatoes really carefully, guys. Very, very important.
He's just going to keep going. And we've just got to keep up no matter what.
Then you take your whisk and you whisk. Do not let your potatoes catch.
Come on, Ray, you're nearly caught up. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Push, 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 push.
I'm adding the milk in stages, and you should be doing the same thing.
Curtis is going like a cut snake on this pom puree. It is whisking it, adding milk, whisking it, getting on the heat, taking it off the heat.
How's everyone feeling?
Feeling good.
Excited? Relaxed?
I wouldn't say relax. I'd say pretty bloody chaotic.
He's looking for a consistency that he knows.
Whisk it hard. You want no lumps left in your potatoes.
So I'm just pretty much copying what he does.
And then taste it.
The adrenaline is absolutely spiking through me. I'm sweating, but I'm actually keeping up with him.
Okay, it's time to make the steak a pepper steak. Into your mortar and pestle, you're going to take some black peppercorns and you're going to crunch them up. You're just going to get a decent sprinkle and pop over a tray like this.
I'm still trying to listen to Curtis. Okay, where's he up to?
Take your Scotch fillet, press it straight into that pepper. Push it down firmly. Pick it up, sit it back on your rack.
And I'm trying to look up and I'm trying to watch and I'm trying to do what I'm doing.
Bloody hell.
Continue to whisk those potatoes. The more you whisk them, the smoother they get. Should be going between that, back and forth, back and forth. Once your pan is red hot, pick up your Scotch fillet, drop it right into the center of the pan. Everybody's steak should be in the cast iron right now.
Rhiannon, steak in the pan, let's go. Declan, steak in, come on.
Whisk those potatoes. Shake your sauce. Check your seasonings on everything. It's the single most important thing in cooking.
I've got so many elements going on right now, and I still don't know what the final product is meant to look like. So I'm stressing out.
What do we do with our taties? Sorry? Just keep whisking?
Stop giving them nicknames and whisk them some.
But I've just got to keep myself going and keep that joy in my cooking going.
Where'd I put my teddies?
Some people say potato, some people say potato. I say taties.
Take your bone marrow, have your oven set to grill, and stick it in. You're going to add those 2 cloves of garlic that we crushed with a couple of sprigs of thyme. What you're going to do is take about 70 grams of butter and add it to your pan. And once it all melts, you baste.
Come on, everyone, home stretch now.
Continually baste that butter over your steak.
Rhiannon, butter.
We're coming towards the end and I'm thinking, we've only got 10 seconds to finish our dish after Curtis. So now is not the time for me to fall behind. I've got to be basting this steak. I put the butter in the pan and it is smoking. And I'm like, I've got to be careful I don't bloody overcook it. But all I'm thinking about is keep up with Curtis.
Guys, I'm getting real close. You have to be with me right now or you're going to miss out. It is that simple.
Yeah.
I've cooked a lot of steak in my time. That's right up my alley. So I'm feeling pretty confident with this one.
Once it's had about 90 seconds, you're going to turn that steak and give it another 90 on the other side.
Brent, watch the heat on that pan. Watch, the heat is raging.
I can see that my steak is cooking very, very quick. I'm flipping it over and it looks a bit overdone.
Oh my God. Brent, watch the heat on that pan.
I can see that my steak is cooking very, very quick.
Watch, the heat is raging.
I'm flipping it over and
Oh my God.
it looks a bit overdone. There's only one thing I can do right now, and that's get it out of that pan. That burnt flavour will go straight through that steak.
Brent, don't lose your senses. You know when a pan is too hot.
I hope that that hot pan was enough to get it cooked like Curtis's, even though I had to pull it off earlier than his. Because if not, I could be in a lot of trouble.
Next, take some of your beautiful 30-hour recipe sourdough bread. You're going to slice about 4 slices of that sourdough, about 1 centimetre thick. Take your sourdough, put it under the grill.
I'm trying to do everything right now, and I think I'm finally bringing everything together.
Come on.
Now my second batch of this buttermilk gel, it's set perfectly, and I've got it to a good consistency, but I'm not cooking at the same time as Curtis right now, and I'm gonna have to catch up on it.
You guys should be pretty close here.
These plates are out.
I check my potatoes. I get my toast out of the grill. I look up, Curtis has his plates out. I'm like, bloody hell, I've got to get the plates out. I've got to get this bone marrow finished. It's like there's things everywhere. Am I even close? I don't know.
Guys, I'm getting real close. Take those beautiful little toasts. Take your bone marrow, put it on your plate, on that beautiful long plate.
Rhiannon, bone marrow on the plate. Declan, bone marrow on the plate. Come on, keep up, keep up, keep up.
Whisk that mashed potato. That mash should be perfectly smooth. Take some of those sticky shallots, spoon them over that beautiful toast.
My marrow's on the plate.
My marrow's on the plate, my sauce is in the sauce boat.
Sauce in the jug, Rhiannon. Sauce.
Yeah,
Barouche.
The barouche.
I'm about to do my dots and my garnish, then I'm going to slice my steak and you're going to have 10 seconds, so move, move, move.
Oh man, here we go.
I'm actually at the same stage as Curtis, and I'm like, how did that happen?
Come on, Rhiannon.
So I'm kind of like, all right, I'm going to keep moving on.
Come on, keep up, keep up, keep up.
Take your fluid gel.
Watch, guys, watch Curtis.
Do tiny little dots.
So this is where I really need to crank up the speed because, you know, all that hard work during this cook would be for nothing if I don't get it on the plate in that 10 seconds.
Go, Bran. Come on.
Tiny little dots.
Then take some little herbs. You should have some chive tips, you should have some dill, you might have some tarragon. I like a mixture. Herb it up. Place that over the top of your toast.
Chivy.
Come on now, keep up.
Okay, this is the most important part of the day, guys. It all comes down to right now. Make sure your plates are gorgeous. Get 3 little quenelles of that mashed potato.
3 quenelles, jeez, boy.
I'm looking at the potato, and it doesn't look anything like Curtis's.
Oh, man.
Mine doesn't kind of look as smooth as his.
Bloody hell.
But I can't fix the texture. I just have to get it on the plate.
Pick up that perfectly rested steak.
He's coming towards the end.
You're going to slice straight through it, about 1 centimetre in thickness.
this is it. Like, there's no turning back now. I cut into the steak, and I just pray that it's cooked, just like Curtis's, and I didn't ruin it.
Come on, Declan.
Yep.
Tori on it.
That's it. Come on, slice the steak.
You're going to pick up these slices of beef, gorgeous Scotch fillet, spread it right out around your plate. A little finishing salt.
7 slices.
Fanned out.
Come on, guys, spread them.
That is it. I am done. You've got 10 seconds. Good luck.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Get back.
Good job. Bloody hell. Good work.
Holy crap. Oh, buddy.
Good work.
Man.
Well done, mate.
Oh, thank you. Oh, we can breathe. Oh, mate. Woo.
Well done, you 3. That was tough. That was a hectic cook. I don't think I've stuffed up so many elements in my life ever.
Holy shit.
Screwed up the cut on the steak by accidentally taking off too much fat cat, but I've done a new buttermilk gel. I managed to save my onion jam. I've plated up everything, and I've left nothing in the tank.
Curtis, that was unbelievable. You did not let up on those guys for a second. It was just wall-to-wall action.
They did a good job of keeping up.
You can tell that you were really giving it to the contestants, and you produced an epic dish. It's going to be interesting to see how they went with the final result, but I reckon we crack into this one first.
So,
Shall we? Curtis, do you want to do the honours on the marrow? All right.
thank you.
Well, I've never sat down and eaten my own food in this forum, so I hope I'm not too critical of myself. I usually am.
Curtis, beautiful dish. I think one of my favourite things here is the balance of the overall dish. Toast with the sweet and sour jammy shallots is really brilliant, but what adds to it is the buttermilk gel is like the glue that brings that whole toast situation together, which makes it all the more delicious.
I mean, truly, they're all very simple components, but for me, what I wanted this dish to be was a really interesting play of texture. Velvety, silky potatoes and sauce, but then crunchy from the toast and richness from the bone marrow. So I hope that they were able to balance all of those different textures.
And the cooking the beef, I think, is also important. For this beef to stand up and be celebrated, it needs to be on the sort of rare side of medium rare, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now we know what we're looking for. Now we also need to remind ourselves what they're playing for. A huge advantage going into the semi-finals. Should we get the first dish in?
Let's do it.
Good luck, Ray.
Good luck, Ray Ray.
Thanks, guys.
Ray?
G'day.
G'day.
Hello.
You stoked?
Yeah, I am stoked. That was bloody hard, actually. Seriously, that was chaos.
We saw.
I think that may have been the most stressful gantry trip for the three of us in
Sorry,
quite some
guys.
time. But I am really glad that you managed to put everything on the board, so well done.
You know what? I'm going to give this to Dino when I get home. I'm going to fancy him up.
yeah.
He's not having rissoles anymore.
We'll have a bit of a taste now.
Yeah, get into it. Thanks,
Thanks,
guys. Oh, my God. The magnitude of this has literally just hit me. The top dish today wins the biggest advantage at this point in the competition. Good job. And I don't feel like I've done enough. Oh, that was chaos, mate. I'm really feeling the nerves right now.
All right, we're going to taste it.
It's a very healthy looking marrow there.
It is, isn't it?
Look at that.
The onion jam was probably a highlight. I think it was really nicely done. And then the steak, like, great caramelisation on it. Thought it was really good.
I thought that the toast was really good. It's weird that just a very small amount of the dill fronds and the chives did bring that sweet and sour shallot jam to life. I thought the buttermilk had a nice flavour to it. And then the richness from the bone marrow, which I quite enjoyed.
It's cooked that Scotch fillet really quite nicely. Sadly, the mashed potato is a little grainy for me, and it's maybe a little under-seasoned. Yeah. You know, it feels to me like she probably got a little stressed with the pace.
I know she was so excited to try and keep up with you. I think the reality of it just overwhelmed her. And obviously the big letdown here is the mash.
Yeah.
I mean, the potatoes, you're reprieved from the richness that is the beef, that is the toast, that is the bone marrow, that is the sauce. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if it's not right, it really makes a difference to the dish.
Good luck, Becky.
Good luck, mate.
Looking at my plate, I just hope that my steak is beautiful and succulent, and I've managed to fix those mistakes that I made.
Declan.
Hello. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good.
I want to win that advantage so bad.
What about that, mate?
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, I'm really proud that I managed to plate everything up because, yeah, there was a few times there where I didn't think I was going to be plating up a lot.
Well, it was entertaining watching you trying to keep up with Curtis, so...
Very stressful.
We will taste now, Declan. Thank you, mate.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Declan.
Thank you.
Glad he did the buttermilk gel again. He pushed on to try and get that done, so he's done really well there. The problems that I've got, the onion jam with the shallots, he struggled with that. They're still quite raw, unfortunately. And then the butchering the steak, he took a lot of that fat cum off. You really do just miss that beautiful lick of fat over the Scotch fillet. But in saying that, you know, the cook and the seasoning and that crust on the outside is delicious.
It's a good amount of pepper that he's applied to it, so you feel the heat, but it doesn't blow out your palate. I also think the sauce is really nice. It's a nice texture to it. It's quite velvety and it's bright and acidic.
All great points. Yeah, I agree. Steak beautifully caramelised and cooked. I think great work on his sauce. Great cook on his bone marrow as well.
Good luck, Brentles.
Thank you. The heart's thumping right now. I was going so good this whole cook until the steak. G'day.
Here he is.
It's the star of the show, so I hope that I got it off the pan quick enough that it didn't stop me from getting to this advantage.
How are you, mate? Was that tough?
That was really tough. High speed. No time to sort of stuff up or stumble.
Anything you worried about?
Oh, maybe a little bit with the crust of the steak.
Did you have good fun now?
Yeah, it didn't look like it because I was just zoned in.
Didn't look like it at all.
No, but like that was good.
All right, we're going to test it.
Yep, all right, enjoy.
Cheers, Thanks,
mate.
Brent.
Thanks, Brent.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
I think all in all, Brent's done a good job. The cook on his steak is really accurate. You know, it's got a nice caramelised crust on the outside. It's beautifully rested, so you can see it's pink all the way through. Also, the texture on the potatoes is great. And also the sauce. It's a really good, complex dish.
Couldn't agree more, Curtis. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he did a great job. The sauce is beautifully emulsified. There's a good flavour in it. I mean, the highlight, obviously, is the steak. And it was cooked absolutely beautifully.
I think the steak is beautifully cooked. Has a nice perfume of pepper about it, which is really good. Maybe a little bit of inconsistency in terms of caramelisation all the way around, but nevertheless pretty good. The texture of the potato, I thought, was really fantastic. Closest to yours. Brent is like a heat-seeking missile. When he's focused, you can't distract him with anything. Today, you had to keep up with a legend. Curtis, how do you think these three went today?
Look, I really put the pressure on because, you know, you guys have made it to pretty much the end of this. So I really wanted to see what you could do. And you did a really, really good job. You should be proud of yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Curtis sets a very high bar. One that all of you strive to reach today. Brent, your dish was the one that resembled Curtis the most in presentation. But the resemblance doesn't stop there. Your potatoes were spot on, your steak was cooked really well, and your sauce was full of flavour. And it's for those reasons, my friend, Brent, you have won the advantage.
Oh my God. Like, how good is that? To get the 30 minutes, a massive advantage. It's one of the probably better days of this competition for me.
Congratulations, Brent.
Thank you.
You can bank an extra half an hour of time in the semi-final, eh?
Oh, that comes open arms, yeah. I really want that.
As is tradition in this competition, the semi-final will be the most important service yet. So, right now, all three of you, you got to go home, put your thinking caps on, and come up with a 3-course menu worthy of a win. The two of you that cook the best menus, they'll be our grand finalists. The other, unfortunately, they'll fall at the final hurdle. The pressure is well and truly on. This is your time to shine. So go home, have a rest, and we'll see you back for the semi-final. Well done, you three. Good luck.
Tomorrow night on Masterchef Australia.
Every challenge, every dish has led you to this point.
It all comes down to 3 and cooking their own 3-course menu.
Almost 70 plates of food on your lonesome.
But with such a massive service challenge to deliver,
Need to push, come on!
Bloody hell.
one will fall
This is an absolute disaster right now.
at the final hurdle.
It's game over.